Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. But it's Friday, so we may have some news, and because it's happy hour. So, we're going to have some drinks in between the news. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
Yo, Chuck, what's going on, bro? What are we
Man.
talking about tonight?
So, Studio Ghibli is being bought by a Japanese TV station, but it isn't losing independence. So the studio founded by legendary animation director Hayao Miyazaki, is being bought by Japanese broadcast station Nippon Television. That's Japanese television, if you want to know what Nippon means. The studio is currently run by Miyazaki himself, who is 82 years old, along with the co-founder and producer Suzuki Toshio, who is 75. And so they're getting bought. And one seemingly obvious choice would be Goro Miyazaki, Hayao son. However, the younger director has made it clear in the past that he has no interest in running Ghibli, particularly on his own. He's like, I'm going to direct stuff, make some stuff, but I don't want to
I want to
actually
make
run the studio.
Yeah, I want to make cool shit. I don't want to do budgeting and accounting and taxes and law and running a studio. No,
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
get that.
They
That's
also have
that's
a
common for a lot of creative types.
Yeah, they also have a theme park being made in Aichi Prefecture. So they have a theme park. They already have a museum. And so I don't know. I don't know how this is going to hamper Disney. Um, as Disney has the distribution rights for Studio Ghibli.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm surprised Disney didn't try to buy them. Right now,
yeah,
Disney's trying to buy anybody right now.
they're buying anybody right now. But I guess I wonder because one thing that you said and when you were reading it stood out to me. Why do they expect to maintain independence and they're being purchased?
Because it's Japan.
And is that how Japan
That
operates?
they'll just respect them. He's like, yo, y'all can purchase us, but we still maintain independence of
Okay, okay,
how we
that's
do
what's up.
business. Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. And I mean, companies have distribution rights
Like
with
like
other companies
like
that
if
compete.
Sony purchased Nintendo, Nintendo will still be independent. Nobody's gonna touch them. They're gonna say, let them do what they do. Because
Okay,
us touching it will ruin it.
yeah. I mean, okay. And you have some companies do that, and then you have some companies that do not.
Mm.
Disney doesn't necessarily do that. I know they have their
Oh,
various
they
businesses, but there is a Disney way of doing things.
there is a Disney way. And they associate everybody into that way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because in Japan, the thing isn't it's about the survival of the company, and they know if the company's working and they just need money injections, then they would try to keep it around the
No,
way it is, the way it is.
I get that, and that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Purchasing something like we're partners, and let's do what's best for the company. But you got ego, it's lots of things to go on. So, and I'm speaking primarily from American companies. I'm not
Yeah.
aware of how
At one
Japanese.
point, Lucas, ILM, they operate independently of Disney. They do business outside of Disney, and so they have some leeway. Marvel does business outside of Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's,
but
but,
absolutely,
there,
but
but there is they all sit at the
Disney way.
board table. They all go to the table together.
Right. Yeah. There's a Disney way. It's accountability, certain types of things.
Mm.
They don't get complete autonomy.
Yeah, yeah,
So, it'll be interesting. I mean, I hope it works. I hope it doesn't damper the creativity that comes because it's a studio that's impressive.
yeah. It is very impressive when they decide to release something. It is impressive. It is impressive. And I love Miyazaki's handling of storytelling, where he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know where the story goes until he's finished. And they were like, "Well, your stories don't have three acts." He's like, "Well, most of life doesn't have three acts.
Exactly.
It just goes. It does its thing."
Yeah. That is something I actually admire about Japanese storytelling. Like in America, we're so star driven. But Japanese people, man, they'll kill the star of what we thought was the star. Like
They really go.
45 minutes in, right? What? Like, wait a minute. Like, we thought Ned Stark getting killed was a big deal in season one. Japanese storytellers is like, man, y'all waited to episode 10 to kill him? Y'all some punks.
Kill him in episode five,
Right,
six.
we killed episode 4 or 3,
Yeah,
just enough for you to fall in love with it. We'd be like, then we're gonna kill him because hey, that's how life is. You
that's
don't know
how.
when you're gonna get killed. You don't
Don't
know what day
know.
you're gonna
Don't
die.
know.
No.
Don't know. You have no idea. It's such an interesting way a story, or you think the story is one thing, then it goes to a whole different thing. You're like, whoa.
Without any exposition, without any
It's about a
explanation.
prince. It's about a
No.
princess, and she's riding a wolf. Then all of a sudden, this military just pops up out of nowhere, like, "Hey, we're here to take your stuff." There's no warning, nothing. They just popped up. Boom.
Oh god. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Speaking
Yeah.
of Japanese storytelling, are you watching Jujutsu Kaisen?
I've not started yet,
Oh
man.
man, man, man. This past week's episode, I'm like, what? This week's episode, I'm like, what? I said, I gotta read the manga. I can't do this. I can't do this. I gotta read the manga. I gotta read the manga.
Why? Why do you feel like you need to read the
Oh
manga?
man. Oh man. It is one of those Japanese moments. And when you get it, you're like, oh, come on. Come on. And
I
things
felt
are
that way.
revealed to you.
I don't know. I felt that way about season one, but it was just so beautifully done. It was like, that's amazing. How you just go here, you're walking down the street, you're doing something, then a demon just jumps out and takes over somebody and kills up a whole damn restaurant. Like, wait a minute, I didn't see that coming. You're sitting there ordering apple pie, and then he just turns around and kills everybody in the damn restaurant. It's beautiful, man.
Yep. Oh man. Oh, this goes even it goes dark. I heard it goes the whole entire story goes dark because the creator was going through some health issues, and I heard he turned everything dark. But when yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it for you because you have to have that space. Trust me, I wanted to go to the next episode, but it's not out yet. I said I'm gonna do what I normally do. I'm gonna start watching. I'm gonna stop watching. I was gonna watch the next episode. I was like the last week's. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop here. This is a perfect place to stop and just wait for them to all come in. Give it like 6 to 8 weeks to all be there, and I can watch it. And I was like, nah. Last night I was like, no, let me watch it, and I was like, oh my god, oh, I was not ready for that.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I haven't started it yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it goes dark. It goes dark. You're not ready. You're not ready.
See, but nah, yeah, nah, nah. I'm expecting it, so
No, you're
whatever.
not. No, you're not. You're not
Uh,
expecting this. You're not
all
expecting.
right, all
You're not
right.
expecting
I don't know if I need darkness though, man. I feel like a lot too much story is out there that is too
it. Dark already.
kind of like what we talked about a little bit. It's like shows that are really winning. It's like, like Ted Lasso, whatchamacallit, Star Trek. Like, yeah, we don't need
But
all
this
this.
way, this makes the boys look light. It makes Invincible look light.
Lord.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
See,
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good, though.
okay.
It's really, really, really good. It's really, really.
I'm gonna check it out. It's
But
so good stuff out there, dog, man. Jesus, is so much good stuff out there.
yeah, speaking of Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll's anime store and Right Stuff is shutting down. They got acquired by Crunchyroll, and now they're shutting them down. It
Huh.
was announced on the company's homepage that the North American anime manga online store, Right Stuff, will be shut down on October 10th due to Crunchyroll's acquisition. All of its products will be moved to Crunchyroll's store.
Didn't we talk about this a
We
couple months
did, we did.
ago?
Hmm.
Because this is more adult themed. Their store was,
Got a lot of those theme stuff in it.
and Crunchyroll at the time was saying it didn't necessarily want that. I thought I remember us talking about these stores because
Hey,
they were supposed to shut them down back then,
well,
or were talks of doing
well,
so.
well, well, Crunchyroll's gonna pull it all in. Crunchyroll's the booster store too. I mean, they got a whole market on lockdown.
No lie.
I wish the streaming service was better, but they got a whole market on lockdown.
Slow or not enough content.
No, it has all the content. It's just that the functionality of it is nothing is like Netflix's streaming service. Like Netflix's product is they call it the product is very cohesive.
Mhm.
You know, you don't hear about it crashing and stopping all the time. Crunchyroll, you've been in the middle of the episode and it just crash on you.
That's not good.
You're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
you know,
that's not what we
you know, and if
needed.
you switch language, because sometimes I'm too tired to read and I'm too tired just to listen in Japanese to think in Japanese, and I put it in English, it starts the whole entire episode over.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, and it doesn't track, and it tracks separately. So English and subtitled or dubbed and subbed are tracked separately. It'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be like, I can't read anything. I should be going to sleep. I should just be listening anyway. But yep, yep.
Sucks.
I'm currently watching anime now where the girl is stabbing the main protagonist right now. She was supposed to,
But
yeah, she wasn't supposed to happen, but she's stabbing him up right now.
one thing I was going to piggyback on about the functionality of the streaming services, Netflix built the model.
They
I
did
mean,
build them up. They did build them
that
up.
they built the model. So all these streaming services, they don't understand, son, what it's like being a streamer. And they thought,
Well,
we all
Crunchyroll was always a
studio.
streamer. They were always a
Always?
streamer, always a streamer.
Yeah, but
But they didn't advance fast enough. Well, they didn't have a lot of money. You know, anime is hard. It's hard to license. It's expensive to license. And then there was a lot of players back then. You had Funimation. You had Tokyo
it's just
Pop.
around, isn't it?
It's still around. It's still around. It's still around. I think they have conceded their streaming. Sony was doing streaming too with animation with Crackle. So, it's calmed down a little bit. But now Crunchyroll has it on lockdown. Crunchyroll pushed the VRV. Um Funimation's still around right now. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, but it's being absorbed.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's about it though.
So what's next? What are we talking
Right.
about next?
Jurassic Park is roaring into Magic the Gathering. So time to dust off your miniature Jeff Goldblum collection because Magic the Gathering is going to Jurassic Park. So the Magic the Gathering is just like, hey, we're gonna make everything. We made Transformer cards, My Little Pony cards. What have we made? Jurassic Park. Well, let's make some Jurassic Park cards. It will include
Okay.
dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park franchise, a legendary creature named Dr. A legendary creature named Dr. Ian Malcolm, plus vampires and merfolk, and all alongside art inspired by Meso and South American inspired culture. Yeah, I want that picture. I want that picture of Jeff Goldblum with his shirt undone right there. And they didn't even make that a car, make that a monster.
I don't need to see that. I
Yes, we
don't.
do. We need to see a shirtless Jeff Goldblum, a young shirtless Jeff Goldblum.
I promise
Because
you, I don't.
Jeff Goldblum had his own show on Disney Plus. He was high every episode. It's like Jeff Goldblum. What's the name of that show? The show is so good. When you watch it, you're like, damn, Jeff Goldblum high as a kite.
I don't ever need to see Jeff Gloomberg. Is it Gloomberg? Gloom,
Goldblum. The World
Gold,
According to Jeff Goldblum. You have
Gold.
to watch that show. It's on Disney Plus. It is an amazing show. It's like he travels the world and he talks about things. He talks to people how they do things. And Jeff is lit. It is an amazing show. I love this show. The show is so good.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You don't like Jeff Goldblum?
Sorry.
He's a legend in the city of LA. He
Once
plays dueling piano. He plays dueling piano out here.
okay. I
He's a
do
comedian.
that.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah. The things that separate from out
Just
things that I really remember him from are The Fly and Deep Cover.
so you think Jeff Goldblum's the guy from Deep Cover? That's it. Independence Day
Never cared about him in Independence Day nor Jurassic Park.
or
I just
Ragnarok,
or Ragnarok, but that's later.
Jurassic Park,
Never cared about Jurassic Park. I wanted to.
Death Wish.
He was in Death Wish,
Yeah, he's in Death Wish.
the one with Charles Bronson. Death Wish,
Yes,
the
yes,
one from the 80s or
yes.
the remake.
The original, the original.
What did Jeff Goldblum
Yeah,
play
man.
in Death Wish? Man, I watched all them damn Death Wish. They made like
Death
10
Wish
of them.
was amazing.
Yeah, I watched all of them. He was a vigilante. He's like 50 years of
Yeah, he's
Charles
like freak.
Bronson.
He's like freak number one. He's the guy who's really freak. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. I think that might be where he made his acting appearance in Hollywood.
Maybe.
Silverado,
'Cause,
Silverado.
Death Wish was dark. I mean, real dark.
It was. He walked around the streets with a machine gun and just shot up people.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, it's some graphic scenes in Death Wish. Like,
There are, there are, there are. There are. You don't see Jeff Goldblum, but you should watch The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Trust me. Give it the first episode. Watch. You'll be like, yo, he is high as a kite in here.
good
He's
for
like
him.
on the moon. He's on the moon.
Good for him.
And it's so good because it's for kids.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man. Jeff Goldblum, man.
Good
He's
for
in
Jeff.
Asteroid City too. I want to see that. The Wes Anderson film where they go where they were Wes Anderson has this filmmaking, because quirky filmmaking.
Okay. All right. So,
But this is the next story. That's another story. We get off of Jeff Goldblum. You hating on it. Jeff Goldblum hate Jurassic Park. So Magic the Gathering cards, you can get those. And you can have Jeff Goldblum as a character creature on them, and Michael Mayan, Malcolm Mayan, not Jeff Goldblum, Malcolm Mayan, and you can have dinosaurs on your Magic the Gathering cards.
nope. I'm with that.
So ads are coming to Amazon Prime. Everybody's trying to get on this ad money on their streaming service, huh?
Ugh.
Amazon's
Ugh.
sticking ads in the Prime Video shows and movies unless you pay more. They're like, hey, we're gonna charge you more. Oh man, it's an extra $2.99 a month.
It's
Prime
Amazon
membership,
Prime going up as a result. So
Prime
we're
Video,
talking about Prime Video.
just Prime Video.
Yeah. So if I got Amazon Prime, I'm assuming it's not going because I just get it for free.
You know, I hope they keep it ad free.
Yeah, I hope
They
they do
throw
too. Well,
ads in it, they'll ruin
Netflix
it.
isn't Netflix isn't ad free anymore either
My Netflix is,
because you pay more.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I pay for YouTube. I don't like ads.
Yeah. No, I hear that, but
I'm against the tyranny of ads.
yeah. But all the kind of the major streaming services now have an ad buy option or without ad
All but
option.
Max.
Yeah, all but Max. And they've never had it. Like HBO's never had ads, period.
Mm-hmm. Netflix didn't either. I remember
Oh,
I remember being at Netflix, and Netflix said they'd never have ad. They'll stick to the premium model.
but HBO's been around for freaking 40 years and they've never had ads. That was their whole thing, was like, we're paid TV. We're not the same as, your
Yeah,
local or your regular cable provider. If
yeah.
with Zasloff over there, ain't no telling what they might do,
They
but
just may just have shows that are just ads.
yeah, they might. Yeah, because the people at Warner's are idiots. So yeah, ain't no telling. He got rid of the name HBO. That's
Yeah,
how they
but
are.
that's how
Got,
crazy
they
he
got
is.
rid of the name. The
A home
biggest, like
box office
the
for
biggest
service
like
that's in your
name.
home.
Yeah, the
The
name.
service.
Like, just think of all the hits that they've had over the years: The Wire, Sopranos, 6 Feet
Oz,
Deep, Oz,
Deadwood,
Boardwalk Empire,
True
Deadwood,
Blood,
Insecure. Yeah, true. Like, just to think of the
Larry
hits.
David Show, Curb Your
Yeah,
Enthusiasm.
just the Josephine Baker story, The Corner. Like, they took it all. It was like, nope, we're going to transfer to Cinemax.
Yes, and the
The
name
show,
home box office. Where's the service at, Randy? In your home.
oh,
In your
yeah.
home.
The show that had all the hits in the world, they went with the branding that had no hits.
And no meaning.
Right.
No meaning.
They're a parody. They're called Cinemax, a Skinemax. They're a parody. Their whole existence is a parody. And Warner's was like, we don't care. We want to go with the lesser known brand.
Call it Max.
Let's go
That's
call it
where there's only one naming debacle worse than that. Only one.
that.
Twitter becoming X.
Yeah. I still don't know what it is. It's X
Call it
the
Twitter. It's
official
Twitter
name.
to me. I still call it
Yeah,
Twitter.
that's to me too, right? That's what I'm saying. What is the actual name? Because I still
X.
call it Twitter.
X. Elon said you're Xing, not tweeting anymore. You're Xing.
I was in the bookstore. I went to a bookstore and I was walking through, and I saw that like Walter
Explain to the
Isaacson.
people what a bookstore is.
Well, I didn't want to say Barnes and Noble. I didn't want to do.
The people don't know what bookstores are these days. Bookstores, libraries. You know, the kids don't know what those are. They're like, there's a place you buy books.
Where
First of
there's a
all,
place where you can actually buy physical hard copies or either soft copies of books. You can sit down and read them.
they're like, what? Outside? You read outside?
Yeah, they even have coffee shops in there. You can grab you some coffee. You can read a book.
We're so assholes right now. But this is a thing. This is a thing.
People used to do that. Like they were almost like first dates. Like, hey, you want to grab a cup of coffee? But anyway, yeah. Apparently, Walter Isaacson, a very respected journalist, has written a biography on him, endorsed by him. I was like, oh God, ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
Like I won't be reading that.
Yep. Speaking of books, Amazon said, hey, authors who self-publish, you can only self-publish 3 books a day now, a totally human amount.
Hold on, what do you mean? So what?
Amazon has to change on its Kindle Direct Publishing forum earlier this week, saying it would be lowering the volume limits for new titles. We are actively monitoring the rapid evolution of generative AI and the impact is having on reading, writing, and publishing. And we remain committed to providing the best possible shopping, reading, and publishing experience for all our authors. While we have not seen a spike in publishing numbers, in order to protect against abuse, we are lowering the volume limits we have in place on new title creation.
So
So they're
people
saying,
are
hey, you can't publish more than 3 titles a day.
I didn't like full books. I didn't know people
Yeah.
could write.
Yeah, no, they're not right now. You go to generative AI and put in the storyline and
Yeah.
hit the button, print that up, put a cover, make the cover art and throw it up there and put your name on it. And sell that shit.
I actually agree with this policy.
Me too. Me too.
Damn.
Stephen King gonna be mad. Stephen King gonna be like, "What? I got my
No.
generative AI up and running right now."
Oh, James Patterson, he gonna be pissed off.
Man,
James Patterson, dude, like what, like 20 books a year?
their teams be on fire.
Fire,
Their
just
teams
setting it
be
up.
on
Yeah.
fire. They
So
be on
now they got
fire.
AI. Oh, they about to turn up.
It's crazy. The new limit the new limit comes after a self-published book about the Maui wildfires this summer began making headlines last month. The book titled Fire and Fury: The Story of the 2023 Maui and Its Implications for Climate Change is an 86-page narrative of a recent wildfire in Hawaii with reviewers claiming that the book smells of AI. The book's description on Amazon page uses the phrase "the book" to begin 5 of its 7 sentences.
Yeah.
They didn't even go back and clean it up and personalize it. They're like, we're just gonna publish straight from the
They
AI.
hitting send. They putting in their prompts. They get their prompts and they hitting send. They
Don't even say the name. It says the book.
upload, upload, upload. They gotta hit the upload.
They probably do. They have all the book manufacturing on through AI. When they got one AI making the cover art, another AI putting the writing the author's name. They're gonna
Right.
have a bunch of alias names. It'd be the same book series, but every book is made by a different author, and be like 30 books uploaded in one day by 10 different authors.
Oh,
Oh man, we live in some interesting times.
um,
We do.
it is
And what makes it bad
beautiful.
is nobody knows good writing.
Oh, they're not. In 5 years? Oh, they're not.
You know, but where's the black romance novels? What did
So,
they say?
I don't know what I forgot what they're called.
Oh
So, like
man.
when we were coming up, like teachers used to tell us we couldn't use calculators. We had to learn how to do the math
Hmm.
in our head, right? And the kids who weren't good at math was like, why we gotta use it? Why can't we use a calculator? Blah blah blah. Like in 5 years, when teachers are like, you gotta write, and I'm like, why I gotta write? I could just put it in the AI. Like, why I gotta write what's a paragraph? Why my sentences gotta have correct grammar or spelling? Yeah, it's gonna be a thing of the past. They were
Yeah.
like, GPT will do it for me. I ain't never gonna use this stuff.
I told my friend it was happening. She's an English teacher. She said, it's never gonna happen. People need to know how to write. I said, no, they don't. What are you talking about? It's gonna get better and better. The more people use it, the more people put in it, the better it gets.
Yeah,
It just
people
need-
gonna write them.
it just know the literary devices, and all that's all it needs to learn is the literary devices and how to get better and not put up everything and spell like these kids today.
Yeah, kids are going to become adept at writing prompts. I
Hmm.
mean, you can look at it in our world today. Like, when you write a resume, your resume isn't thoroughly looking at your employment history.
Not at
They're
all.
looking for words. What words match the algorithm?
The
So now
algorithm.
people are writing resumes to not, clearly demonstrate that they've done a role and things like that. They're looking for words to get past the first round of reviews. So yeah, people now there'll still be people who just love the art of writing, but there's gonna be a lot of people. Shit, I'm not writing that. Check GPT. And like you said, this is only the first generation. It's going to get better.
Yep. Yep. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna always get
Yeah.
better. I'm trying to find a book, one of these books.
And you don't need to do that. I don't need AI. I don't need outrageous.
Here's one. I got one. Found one. Pregnant by my daughter's boyfriend. That's the name of a
What?
book.
Pregnant by my daughter's boyfriend.
Huh?
Damn.
Mhm.
Damn, that sounds like a porno. Sounds like a porno.
Here's one even better. Pregnant by my boyfriend's granddaddy's boyfriend.
So we don't we don't need to
Oh, they
go.
sell on Amazon though. They sell. Pregnant by my daughter's boyfriend, the complete series. This is a series, Randy. Has a 4.6 with 190 reviews. 4.6, Randy. We round that up to a binge worthy.
But we get out a full binge out.
Yep. It's on Kindle, 15.99 on paperback, free on Kindle Unlimited. Here's
I,
another one. The Big Daddies of LA, the complete collection, Kelly Myers. 225 people reviewed and gave it 4.5 stars. The Big Daddies of LA. So that sounds like something you would read, Randy.
no.
Yeah,
Why are you asking me that?
be honest.
Why are you asking me that? No. I take my reading, I take my literature seriously.
What?
Randy wrote those. What are you talking about?
You wrote those. That's about right. That's about
I
you
would not
wrote those
slander
books.
my good name.
Oh man, there's so many books that are wildly named.
Yeah, you all would not slander my good name. Ain't no way in hell I'm reading that.
Pregnant by
uh,
my best friends. Pregnant by my brother's best friend's daddy.
mm, oh god.
Wow. I'm like, wow. And he's in prison, apparently. The daddy's in prison. He's in prison. So she went there on a conjugal visit. Young girl went there for conjugal visit, got pregnant by him.
Uh, uh,
I bet you that story is easy. She was in love with the best friend, but the best friend ignored her, so she went and got pregnant by his daddy, her brother's best friend.
oh god.
Uh, there's this buff white guy on the cover. I guess that's the daddy. I guess he's the daddy in prison. This is where we are. 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 We they have allowed Generation X to write books, and we were the generation that was forced to be outside. So we have no civility whatsoever. We lack civility. We're the
Oh,
feral generation. Rodney's right now. I'm about to download these books. He's gonna put these to my collection. I'm gonna read them when I read Star Wars.
Well, I already bought them. What are you talking about?
Everybody.
I already purchased them,
Man,
downloaded
they
them.
got thousands of downloads. They got thousands of downloads.
mm.
Somebody's actively downloading these books.
We got all kinds of grift going on, man.
There's all kinds of grift going on. Now we got AI to help with the grift.
And we do. We do.
You know,
Oh god.
Harlequin novels always sell well though. They've always been big sellers, high sellers.
Oh,
50 Shades of Grey was like the book series
dude.
for
It
what
was two.
Twilight was like the book series. This is a 100-year-old vampire that's chasing after a 13-year-old girl because she smells good. That is not legal anywhere except probably Florida.
It was written by a woman though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who believes in teenage marriages though?
But she's Mormon.
Mormon. Yep, and she believes in teenage marriages. She believes a 13-year-old should marry a man, grown man.
Oof.
Yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are. That's where we are. Not all women believe that. She just happens to be of the ilk that do. That you get married off to your uncle's best friend when you're 13. And that's a book. That becomes a book called Twilight.
I've never seen all the Twilight movies.
Me neither. Me neither. I'm not. I tried to watch the
I
first
watched
one.
the first one and I was just like, nope, this
Nope.
ain't.
It just does nothing for me.
And I love vampires.
Not these vampires.
I could not get into Twilight at all. I
Can't get
tried.
into it. Try my best to.
Nope. Just sat this one on out. So yeah.
Okay, so this is something's interesting. Anil Kapoor wins battle against AI, pledges support to Hollywood strikes. Every actor has the right to protect themselves. The top Indian actor, Anil Kapoor, has won a landmark judgment against artificial intelligence. The Slumdog Millionaire star had filed a suit in the Delhi High Court through his lawyer, Amit Naik. I probably got his name all wrong, Naik, for protection of his personality rights, including his name, image, and likeness, voice, and other attributes of his personality against any misuse, including any digital media. The suit provided various instances of misuse of his attributes. The court, after a detailed hearing, granted an order on Wednesday acknowledging his personality rights and restraining all offenders from misusing his personality attributes without his permission in any manner. Because of the way technology and the AI technology, which is evolving every day and which can completely take advantage of and be misused commercially, as well as where in my image, voice morphing, gifs, deep fakes are concerned, I can straight away, if that happens, send a court order, an injunction, and they have to pull it down. That changes everything. Oh, this strike might go on a little longer on the actor side. They may be like, hey, we got a court order, international court order. Good for them. AI is one of the key issues of the ongoing SAG after strike. We need to stop simplifying it too. We got to say it's more than AI. There's a lot of parts to this. We're oversimplifying it just by saying artificial intelligence, because that's oversimplifying anything that can happen to any of us as humans. We have to talk about deep fakes, digital doubles, consciousness. We got
Yeah,
to talk about all
all
that
those
stuff.
things.
When you die, somebody turns around, comes on our show, and takes how you talk, and they use how you talk, or they take how they think you think, and then turn into a character and put it in the movie and make money off of it. And it doesn't look like you, but it's your personality, it's your characteristics. That's a problem.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, and you not compensating that person's family or anything like that. Yeah, man.
Don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah, but there are copycats out there.
I'm gonna make a Randy AI, but
Randy
this
AI, you know?
but this time he's gonna be a
Yeah.
Laker. He's gonna be a Laker fan.
Yeah, he'd be
Oh,
a Laker fan, supporting the Lakers. He'd be the Laker ball boy. Them making the Laker
uh,
ball. He acting as a Laker ball boy.
Kobe Paul Gasol era. Yeah, not
I'm gonna.
necessarily the Magic Kareem era or the Shaq and Kobe era, but yeah.
Version 2 will be better than Randy.
Yep. So Unity announced its revamped pricing model. So they're gonna drastically make a pricing model change. The new plan is a drastic departure from what was initially announced. Now, users on Unity's personal subscription plan will not be charged the new fee. The Unity will increase the revenue cap on games made with the plan to 200,000. People lost faith in you. Furthermore, any game made with Unity that makes less than $1 million in 12 months will not be subject to the fee.
Oh,
So, but everybody wants to make more than $1 million.
So,
okay.
Chuck,
Yes.
what have you heard on the streets?
On the streets is all the developers I know are departing, you leaving Unity.
They're leaving Unity, right?
There are a lot of them are just like, F
They
it.
can't. They can't trust them, right?
Can't trust them. Can't trust them.
It's like who is to
The-
say that like they pull another, you know, pull
yeah.
another
First
fast
of all,
one
people
like
are
five
like,
years
how
from
do
now,
they
right?
track that? I got to put that tracking in my game.
Mm.
How do you track how many times the game's been downloaded to a device?
Right.
How do you know that, Unity? So that's what a lot of developers are saying. Like, how do you know that happens? So you're tracking stuff in my game and I didn't give you permission to track it?
Yeah, man. A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And y'all have game studios. Yeah. So that's the thing. Y'all work with first party games. It's not first party, the second party game studios. Y'all support.
How many game companies do you think are gonna full on leave Unity?
On Unity, probably majority of the independent developers, because most of them aren't making money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them will stay because a lot of the students, for example, they make under $1 million, but it's hard to beat um
Unreal.
what Unreal offers. Unreal, you can make humans. You have the meta human program, so you can make your own characters right there, put them into a game, then put them into a film.
You can do facial tracking with your iPhone.
Yes. You can do facial tracking on your iPhone, and Sony has a way to do body tracking. But soon you don't have to do that. AI do all that for you.
True.
AI, you can upload a video. AI read how you talk. They're like, show me a happy face. Show a happy face. Show me a sad face. Show me this. Show me this. You say 20,000 words, and boom, your character is live and ready to act on screen. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But it's hard to win back public trust. It's hard. And this is such a drastic thing. And the president of Unity is going to have to resign. John Riccicello is going to have to resign. And
You
he
think
probably
so?
needs to. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he dogged out EA, and EA made him resign. He started nickel and diming players. He's all about business. He's baby Bobby Kotick. So he'll probably resign. They probably give him like $30-40 million on top of his already mountains of money. He offloaded his stock before they made the announcement.
That's illegal.
It was opening the stock window.
So he knew
But
he knew it was going to be a bad. People were going to take this bad.
that is literally insider trading.
Yeah.
That is literally what Martha Stewart went to jail for.
But,
And
but they have trading windows. So
I agree it's trading windows, and maybe that's his only defense. But like, if you know that that's coming and you offload your stock, that can be considered insider trading. That's the definition of it.
well, we'll see. According to the Republicans and Democrats, nothing's insider trading because they participate in it. We'll see.
Well, they do. They don't have the same rules.
Yeah, of course they don't. Of course they don't. They're not gonna go after somebody that puts money into their coffers. This man puts money into their coffers. They're not gonna go after him. And then if he didn't pay them, then get them payola, they would probably go after him.
Like Jeff Skilling, the guy from Enrod, like that's literally what he did.
That's
right?
what he did. Yep.
Thought that the stock was going to drop, and he sold it like 2 days before.
Yeah, and he didn't tell anybody. He didn't pay off the politicians. None of them knew it was coming. All the politicians that invested in Ron didn't know it was coming. He's supposed to say, "Hey guys, let y'all know
So his
I'm
mistake
selling my
was
stock, and y'all sell y'all stock." That was his.
Yeah.
But that's his mistake.
You guys somebody said hello to you guys in chat.
Oh, Theo's Demon Spawn. Hey Chuck. Hi Chuck. Hi Randy. What's up? I think that may be my brother. I don't know.
That Theo?
I think it may be Theo.
What up, cuzzo?
maybe. What's going on? But that's probably part of it, though, right? The Imran guys were like, we didn't tell nobody. We should probably told the politicians we're going to sell the company stock was out to drop. They still buying it.
So somebody forgot to make the call.
Somebody forgot to make the call to the politicians. Hey, Capitol Hill, to let you know our stock is going to drop in like 3 days. Get rid of it now.
They say that, but you got to be like, stock
really subtle.
Right. Like the bird is falling. Like the plane is falling.
They didn't put it the right.
The bird poo is landing.
The
bird.
They put the bat signal. They didn't put
the bat signal. Yeah. That's what they didn't do.
Like the movie Wall Street, Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel. Like that, like they talk. Like that's the code that they talk in. And I guess somebody forgot to call the politician. So
yeah, somebody forgot to call the politician. Forgot to tell the White House. Somebody forgot to tell the White House. And so all of them got burned in it. They're like, I got burned. We gotta get back at them. That's how it works.
Yeah, but no, I mean, he making like that's this defense that he said it was his window. But yeah, like if you sell stock, right before it's illegal, man. It's illegal.
He said it stopped.
Yeah.
He might have said it probably not right before, probably a little bit, where it doesn't look so fishy, but you
can't be the CEO be like, well, I didn't know we were going to have lower than expected numbers. How am I supposed to know that information? It's your goddamn job is how you're supposed to know that information.
It's your job to know.
Really your job.
Speaking of deals, and how politics work, Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal gets preliminary approval from UK regulators. So the
Yeah,
UK regulators were the ones saying, "Oh, we're going to stop this deal." Some
we
money
talked
got
about
put
this.
out there. They were like, "Hey,
Right, yeah.
deal's not all that bad."
When they first announced that they were blocking it, we talked about that's again somebody didn't make the right call. They
Make the
didn't
right
call her
call. Yep.
right. They didn't ask like what's your number. They went off of an assumption. And so, the EU was like, all right, we'll show you, Microsoft. It's all taken care of. The
Yeah.
right people got paid, and now the merger's going to go through.
Yep. They said this is just a preliminary decision ahead of the final approval. The CMA says it has now opened consultation to gain third-party feedback on Microsoft's proposed remedies until October 6th. A final decision is expected before the extended October 18th.
Yeah, it's going to go through. We knew that when they
Yep.
first announced it. We was like, yeah, they just, they either didn't do the right number or the right call. I wonder whose responsibility it is to make that call.
Yeah, somebody. That
Yeah, like
not head of communications is somebody that deals with like governmental organizations because they have
right.
a governance wing.
Yeah,
All these
yeah,
companies have governance wings.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
just
the
want
lobbyists. Yeah, they go talk to the lobbyists. They're like, hey, they have we like, oh, we have a governance department and they handle the governance for around the world in each country. So they're basically a lobby.
yeah.
They're basically a lobby. So somebody could go around and do the payola.
So I wonder this that person get fired for it getting to this point. Because they don't like it for the media to find out. Like,
Yeah.
why did it get to this point where it was an
Yeah,
actual
high
news?
risk, high reward, baby. That job sounds amazing. like Rodney said, running around with a suitcase full of cash, and your job is to make everybody's paid off.
Oh yeah. Oh
Doesn't
yeah.
talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly. You make sure you get the right hookers and blow and the camera set up in the room, just
Like,
in case. Just in case you gotta go that far. Mhm.
well, you should already know that. Like, that's the,
You participate in all the debauchery.
all of it.
You
All
know,
of it.
make sure you have an elevator scene with everybody that you're trying to get bought off. When we saw Lauren Boebert is easy. She's low hanging fruit. She'll do anything anywhere.
In public, in
She'll whack a dude.
broad
She
daylight.
whack the dude off at a Beetlejuice musical.
Man, I saw the video. I was like, and she's a United States Congresswoman. Like, what are
Yeah.
we
Just got reelected. Just got reelected.
doing here,
Just
man?
got reelected
She's on the take. You already know.
all day long. All day long. I mean, she tell you, she had her first baby, what, 15? 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll tell you. She been poor all her life.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
voted
man.
her in office because she looked good. She got a pretty smile.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna see a bunch of influencers run for office soon. They're
Yeah.
gonna look at Lauren Boebert and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna do that shit."
Who do you think's going to be the first? I think the Paul brothers. I think one of them are going to get elected.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're going into Congress. One of them's going into Congress.
I think one of them is going to get like the House or something like that. I think
They'll probably get in under the Rock administration, the Dwayne Johnson administration.
I think they beat the Rock. I think they get
I
into
don't know. He if he decides to run,
before the Rock.
that whole TV show. They said a TV show. People have been saying because of his TV show that nobody watches. Nobody watches that show. Where
Talk
Rock
about his childhood.
where he's yeah. That show is him
Still
as
on?
president talking about his childhood. It's a prep show. I watched the first season.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
Him.
still on.
He's the president, and he's talking about what got him to this point. He's President Camacho.
I was about to say Idiocracy has
Uh-huh.
come. Well, no, Idiocracy's always been there. Because Reagan got elected.
Was an idiot. Yeah. And his wife was Superhead. They said she was the throat goat. They coined the term for her. Nancy Reagan actually coined that term in hip hop. She coined the throat goat.
I can't.
They said throat goat didn't exist today. They said, yeah, Nancy Reagan was the throat goat. I was like, wow, the hip hop was like, yo, that's a dope ass term. But we're gonna use that one.
Oh God.
Some white boy out here in LA said, yeah, my grandpa said she was the throat goat. That's exactly what happened, though.
Oh God. That's you. That's you. I didn't say nothing.
That's what happened. That's what happened, Randy.
I don't need that kind of smoke in my life.
Oh man,
Nope.
man.
Throat girl. I've never heard that before.
Yes. Go online. Go right now. Go in your search bar right now. Nancy Reagan throat go. You'll see that's been said before. I'm not making this up. I wish I would. I wish I would.
I've never heard of shit like that.
I'm not making this up at all.
Why are people telling that Nancy Reagan was the? Oh God!
See?
Oh God!
I'm not making this up.
Yeah, it says why are people tweeting that Nancy Reagan was the throat goat?
Yeah, I told you.
Rumor about the former First Lady Nancy Reagan having the best blowjob in the game in Hollywood's MGM backlot. Oh my God. Oh.
You thought I made this up. No, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm on the internet, Randy. I'm outside.
I'm on the internet too. I just ain't never heard of Nancy Reagan being called the throat goat.
Yeah,
I never heard of the word throat goat.
You never heard throat goat?
Nah, I never heard throat goat.
How you not hear that term? That's an old school term now. He's breathing at you guys. Look at him. Look at the shock on his face. Rodney's throwing his head at us right now. Rodney's rolling his head at us like, wow, how did we get here? How do we get here?
Oh God, I got it. Oh God, I gotta do a deep dive on this one.
Speaking of the White House and throats, the U.S. is going to restart its free at-home COVID testing program, so you can get your at-home. They're gonna call it Nancy Reagan. The Nancy
Reagan. It goes up in your nose and in your back of your throat. To get the test, you gotta go in the back of your
throat. I stopped. I'm done. We're done for the day, dog. That's it. We're done for the day.
Yeah, we should have ended on throat goat. Yeah, we can't go. There's nowhere to go.
I trying to turn around to some news, some real news.
Okay, I can't get that out of my. I can't get that out of my thoughts. I can't. I just can't.
Rodney looked it up too. Rodney looked at Nancy Reagan and throat goat.
No, I heard about that. I heard about it when that was happening.
When it happened.
So she's like, I do remember that. Yeah. But boy, how you made that segue into
it worked though, didn't it? It worked. That segue was perfect. I landed that plane.
Yeah, it goes to the back of your throat, you know?
It goes to the back of the throat, yeah. I don't need this smoke in my life, man.
Twist it around a few times.
Yeah, twist it around. You cough a little. You might gag a little bit, but you got to keep on going.
Y'all killing me.
Then you put it, and then you switch it around the liquid and squeeze it and make sure all the liquid gets out. Yeah.
Boy, the Nancy Reagan program, that throat goat program. Oh, man. My eyes are watering.
She bagged the well. She bagged the president. I mean,
she bagged they say that's how she bagged him.
She was the president.
Yeah, she was the president.
Damn.
No. Throat babies.
Y'all.
No, we're not doing it. We're not going there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh,
Randy's like, I never heard that term before. Like that term's old, Randy.
hadn't heard it, and I especially hadn't heard it applied to Nancy
Because
Reagan.
you ain't
I
listen,
just
you can't listen to Sexy Red or Sukiyana. I think Sukiyana has a Glorilla has a song called Throat Goat or something like that.
I think
uh,
Yeah,
we should end on Hideo
yeah, we should.
Kojima.
We should.
let's end on Hideo Kojima. That's because he visits Criterion Closet. So I watched this video. Did y'all watch this video, Hideo
I
Kojima?
didn't get a chance to.
So for people that know who Hideo Kojima is, he is famed game director for Metal Gear and Death Stranding. His games are world renowned and loved. He makes them like TV shows and movies. The games are wild as shit. They're military style games. And his in Death Stranding, for you all that don't know, it stars what's his name? Mickelson, Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus. Yeah,
Uh
Mads
yeah,
Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. He has like a
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen. He has like a whole cast of real characters he's
They're like
casting.
they're like really long movies. Like
Yeah,
so many cutscenes, so many
there's cutscenes.
cinematics. I
Yeah,
remember just watching my cousin play Metal Gear Solid and
five
just watching
or
all the cutscenes and the
yeah, he
story.
makes lots of cutscenes in his movies and his games, and they run like movies. And it gets outlandish. Like in Metal Gear, there was an organization called Outer Heaven, and they were a for-profit military organization that operates and makes Metal Gears, which is a amphibious robot that actually can destroy things. It's nuclear powered. There's all kinds of stories behind it. It is a wildfire thing. You know, he has things like flaming whales jump in the air. So you get out of the first level and it'd be like a whale spirit. The main character sees a whale spirit, and it's like a orca whale flying in the air and it's on fire. He does all kinds. In his latest game, Death Stranding, you walk around. It's basically a walking simulator, and your job is to deliver packages. And
Okay.
you fling poo at monsters. And when it rains, the rain can kill you because the rain hides spirits inside of it. So Hideo Kojima, let's get back to the story, once claimed that 70% of his body is made of movies. He's like, because he watches a lot of classic cinema, like he's well versed in classic cinema. So he goes into Criterion Closet in New York City headquarters, in New York City, where the headquarters is, and he pulls out some of his favorite movies.
Okay, that sounds dope.
Yeah, and Criterion Collection, you can buy the physical Blu-rays. The Funk is a staunch collector of Criterion films. He buys them. And to get into Criterion Collection, nobody really knows what it really takes to get in, but they review your film and see if it's Criterion worthy. And it's like an honor. It's probably bigger than getting an Oscar.
Oh,
It's probably bigger than because it's saying this film has these traits, and this is why it should be remembered and studied forever. Kojima's recommendations, he did a lot of Japanese films, High and Low from director Akira Kurosawa. He didn't go to of course, he didn't go to the normal Akira Kurosawa films like Ikuru or Yojimba. He didn't go to any of those. He found some films that Akira Kurosawa has a lot of films in the collection because he's done amazing work. A Late Spring by director Yasujiro Ozu. Eclipse Series 3, Late Ozu. Ugetsu, Kenji Mizoguchi, Kawaiden, Masaki Kobayashi, Harakiri, Masaki Kobayashi. Like people understand, Japan has contributed a lot to the world of cinema. There's not many
yeah,
directors that hasn't copied Japan in some
yeah.
form. Japanese directors, and people don't give them a lot of love for that.
It's back to our original. Talking about the uniqueness of Japanese storytelling.
Yep,
It's amazing.
yep. It is amazing. It is amazing.
In
So
America, we think everything is great because it comes from here.
no,
Whole big old world out there. I'm not saying America's cinema isn't great, but like it's a whole big old world out there.
yeah, there's different types of storytelling.
Right.
And right
Exactly.
now, there's better than a 3 act structure. 3 act structure is clean for a clean, crisp movie, and it makes sense for children because Shakespeare used it doesn't mean we have to use that.
Right. We're not obligated to continue that
Yeah,
same
yeah. It's just
storytelling.
so when that got established in Hollywood, it was white men that dictated everything, and they thought Shakespeare was their guy.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, because they didn't read anything else.
It's
They didn't respect other literature from other places. So
yeah. And so I mean it's a big world out there, and that we only focus on Western style of
Western stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
there's so much,
like, okay, why we keep creating all these Greek mythologies? It's like, let's leave them alone.
let's leave
It's
them
a big
alone.
old world. It's a big old world out there. I don't need to see Hercules anymore.
Never again. Never again. It's
I
still
don't need
not better than the source material.
Yep. Don't need to see Zeus or any of them. It's a
Hmm?
shit. The continent, and as the continent, I'm referring to Africa. Like there's thousands of deities.
Hmm?
Mythology,
Thousands.
So much
Asian.
fascinating other myths all over the world.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, right.
We
like
got
even
Yeah.
like even
Tresse. We got
yeah,
Tresse, for
like
example.
even here, I learned about the Chumash that are
Yeah.
the native Indians from here, from like L.A., Santa Barbara. There's an amazing like story how the dolphins create like this bridge between California and the island, Santa Cruz Island, and that when they die, you become like part of this bridge. It's just like it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And it's
Wow,
just like
I've not heard that
yeah,
story.
it's
Yeah,
like
I've not
I
heard
don't
it.
even
Right. And that's the
no.
things like we should hear stuff like that or see those
Yeah.
things. But no, we
What
keep,
what we would
But it's
do is
like it's
we'll
getting
take
there.
those stories and squeeze them into a 3 act structure. And it doesn't work anymore. 3 act structure doesn't work anymore. It makes movies boring. Because people get a lot of young people in particular get all their entertainment from TikTok and YouTube, and they don't follow 3 act structure.
It's
Now you watch
messing with
Country
our
Wayne on
brains,
YouTube.
man.
What's that?
Messing with our brains.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
But thinking different.
and I'm not for that. I just recognize that like it's a real big world out there with lots of different types of storytelling and mythology and those things. And in the West, right, we need to see some of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's cool that he did that. It's the language of cinema, right? But
Hmm.
it should be broader than
Right.
just one perspective, which it seems
Right.
like it is. It's starting to get there.
Yep.
So
He loves movies.
yeah,
He
well,
Kojima would
Japanese.
make movies if he could.
Yeah,
Nobody's gave him enough money because he probably came into one of them wild ideas like Death Stranding.
yeah,
Like, look,
yeah.
the goal of this game is you deliver packages. I know everybody hates FedEx Quest, but I'm gonna let multiplayers do it. But you can't see them in your game. It's just so when you walk across the continent, because you walk across New America,
And you're carrying like a like a weird baby too.
carrying a baby, that's you, that's cloned. So
Yeah,
when the
it's like
rain gets you, the rain ages you up and you die. So the baby ages up and becomes you all over again.
it's such a
And
strange
then you fight
game,
these
man.
creatures out there, and there's people out there trying to rob you of the packages.
Did you
Nobody knows what's
actually
in the
finish the
packages,
whole
but people
game?
robbing you for the packages. What?
Did you finish the whole game?
No, no.
It's
I
just
played
too.
the first 15 minutes, was like,
It's too.
wow, this is
Too.
so Kojima.
Yeah, it's like too. It's too strange, right?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in on his ass a little bit. He likes zooming in on people's asses. He loves ass. Kojima's an ass man, definitely. He has Metal Gear,
It's like
Snake,
it's like
and some Metal Gear Side.
like
Snake is crawling.
Tarantino is a footman.
Yeah, he's an ass man.
Well, Tarantino's a footman.
Yeah.
And Kojima's an ass man.
Yeah, Kojima's an ass man. God forbid they make something together.
Just nothing but ass and feet everywhere.
Ass and feet all day long. Ass and feet all day long. Look, Randy's like, I'm an ass man and
Yeah.
a foot man. That kind of
He
appeals
can be
to
like,
me.
well, I don't really see
Speaking
a
my
problem.
language.
Randy's like,
I like ass and feet. We don't know if Randy is a premium member on Feedopedia.
But it don't sound bad to me. I'm like,
Yeah, but it's awesome. Y'all, if people that are watching the show, if you're not familiar with the Criterion Collection, go to criterion.com and look at the films.
But
The films
did,
are streaming on some of our streaming services.
didn't
You know,
Zaslav? Isn't Zaslav kind of like he kind of took an axe, or was that was Turner Music?
turn a thing to connect to it, right?
Turner Classic Movies.
Classic movies,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
he took an axe to that. Okay.
Yeah, like you're not gonna find there may be a couple of John Wayne films in the Criterion Collection, but you'll find all their source material there. Like Fistful of Dollars is Ojimba, it's there in the Criterion Collection because
That's
Fistful of
cool.
Dollars is based
It's
on
really cool though. It's like
April 8th.
real, recognized real, right? Like
Hmm.
he's an amazing artist, and he just loves art.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. The fact that he looked at the list, I watched the video and he's just reading. He's all this film. And he tells you everything about the film. Like he's probably seen most of those films. Like Kojima's probably geared to direct the
はい、
film.
皆さん、こんに
Nobody's
ち
gonna
は。
take his idea. Randy would purchase that idea though, feet and ass. It'd be kick ass all over again. Barefoot
Literally,
kick ass.
right,
It'd
literally.
be like called bare feet ass.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. Everybody got their things, man. Everybody got their quirks. Man. Everybody got their quirks. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great way to lead the
I
story.
think we should end on
As
this.
any geek,
Yeah.
everybody has their quirks. Thank you all for tuning in this week to Geek Beast. Next week is going to be a funny week for us because I will be out on Wednesday and Thursday for sure. Oculus Connect is going on. So on Friday, I can probably come in and debrief, not as a representative of the company, but as myself. On Friday for happy hour. If I'm still got it all together, I fly back in on Friday. We'll see how that works.
Drop some
And
of that.
thank you, Rodney, for being a great technical producer, technical director. And Randy, thank you for always being a great co-host. And shout out to Digital Click as always. And thank you, Defunct, for curating all our stories all the time, even when we don't air, and even when we don't follow the script all the way through. Y'all know what the next stories were, right? Y'all know what the next stories were, right?
No.
Lego stories.
Oh,
I know we can't do that. We'll be here for another hour, so we can't do that. That's for next week. We'll try to do that on Monday if we have a show on Monday. Be back next week. We have Pod Squadron definitely on Monday. Right. It's Monday, yeah. And they'll be talking about Ahsoka and binge worthy on Wednesday. Even if I'm not in attendance, binge worthy will still go on.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be on Monday.
Yeah, they'll be on, and they're going over Winning Time.
Nice.
Yep, so you can hear this Winning Time season 2, the last season.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that.
Show us about the Great Lakers.
The Great Lakers, the best basketball team of all time.
The 80s Lakers, yeah. I mean, that 87 team.
Mm-hmm.
Never stack.
Yeah, that's about as good as you ever gonna get.
Honestly,
Was
it
it
kind of
88?
sucks because like they could have actually covered the Detroit series too.
They should have. Because
Yeah.
we tapped that ass in 89. We kind of ended that.
It'd be funny if who they picked to get Rodman and Isaiah Thomas to play.
That would be interesting to
Right?
get to play them.
Who the actors would be for Rodman and
Rodman, yeah, that
and
would
Isaiah
be.
Thomas. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
we kind of
hopefully it gets
ended
picked
that
up.
dynasty.
But
Didn't get-
maybe it gets picked up by another network. You know,
I'm hoping so,
'Cause
man.
they really
Amazon
should
Prime
do,
should pick it up.
They should really do the Shaq and Kobe years.
Yeah.
Boy,
Oh, God.
Shaq and
Talk
Kobe
about
years
drama
would
there.
be- Yeah, exactly.
Drama.
Exactly.
Mama. Y'all thought Jerry West they was talking
Yeah,
about, man, the Shaq
exactly.
and Kobe?
Yeah. And then imagine if they go to LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, tune in Wednesday, Winning Time, binge worthy, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? No,
Yeah.
it'd be at 8 p.m. It'd be at 8 p.m. So that'd be 11 o'clock. Yeah.
Binge worthy. Yeah,
Yeah,
binge worthy.
11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to know, and if you're somewhere in between, figure out the time for yourself. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Oosh.